Well, hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Jeffrey Daugherty, your Christian whistleblower. Nice to see you here. Impromptu, drop of the hat podcast. I forgot my holder stick, which unfortunately means for some lower quality situations here. But we're hanging out at the Renaissance in this, I believe, we're in Indio, California, or someplace just like that. I'll give you a look at the beautiful surroundings. We are at the Renaissance, and I don't know if it's Palm Desert area, whatever you want to call it. So you can see the desert landscape. How about that? Beautiful, beautiful resort from Marriott, or not Marriott, it is Marriott now, Marriott owns it. We're staying over at the JW Marriott, but this is where the conference is, and all these people you see are people from the conference. So excellent, excellent. But not just from LeakCon, or not LeakCon, where am I? Contact in the Desert. Didn't want to just talk to you about that, really. I wanted to talk to you about something that's, I would say it keeps me awake at night, but nothing keeps me awake at night. But something that has been on my mind is, we have the passage that says in the Bible, beware those that say they are Jews but are not. The synagogue of Satan. I've been through this a few times, but I just really want to make the impression, just really want to be able to get across to you as we have people walking by, that the ones to really be afraid of, ladies and gentlemen, are those that say they're not Jews, but are. And here's why it's dangerous. Here's why it'll bring you destruction. Here's why it's super, super dangerous. Think about think for a minute, suspend disbelief, try to get objective, try to get imperative. Empirical is what I meant, because you can be imperative as well. But think about this. Think about this. If you had to say what is the one definable thing about Judaism, what's the one thing that makes Judaism, period? Think about that for a minute. Is it the Ten Commandments? No. Is it circumcision? No. But what is the one thing that makes Judaism, ladies and gentlemen? The sacrifice at the temple. That is the cornerstone of Judaism. Sacrifice in the temple. Blood sacrifice is the cornerstone of Judaism. No doubt about it. That cannot be argued. That is the reality of the religious situation of this paradigm. That's what it's based on. It is based on blood sacrifice, blood worship, and even human sacrifice. Well, maybe no, strike that part on the Jewish note, but blood sacrifice for sure. Do you want to be involved in that sort of energy? It's up to you. Okay, but now we're talking about is people that want to say, oh no, I'm not part of that, but in fact are part of that. There's this huge movement to try to redeem. I'm so tired of holding this thing like this. There's this huge movement, or at least a significant movement. I don't know if I want to say huge, that might be a little bit of hyperbole, but there's a significant movement of people that want to try to, and I'm in a public place, I'm trying to be respectful, but there is a public movement of people that are trying to redeem Christianity, pretty much. Trying to redeem Christianity. It's okay to be sort of Christian. It's okay to be kind to Christian, because we just get a little bit of the blood stains on us. Folks, I have to tell you that if you are involved in anything that is blood sacrifice at its core, then you're involved in something very, 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 very much akin to, and I would say inseparable from, Judaism. Judaism, sacrifice at the temple, corner of Judaism. What's the most important thing they want? The new third temple. The new third temple. But now, we want to pretend that we can be part of blood sacrifice, but not get ourselves dirty. You cannot be part of a blood sacrifice without getting yourself dirty, ladies and gentlemen. If you get involved in blood sacrifice, either ritually if you get involved in blood sacrifice truly, if you get involved in blood sacrifice from a worshipful standpoint, if you get involved in blood sacrifice by proxy, you are stained. You are stained with blood, and that blood traces right back to the temple worship. So anyone that wants to teach you or promote to you or encourage you to believe in a system that has as its center a blood sacrifice is a Jew, but they won't tell you that they are. And they're seeking to lead you to the path of destruction. Think about it. How can you be Christian when the central figure, the very central thing that is Christianity is, ladies and gentlemen, the crucifixion? What was a crucifixion? It was a blood sacrifice. Even more so, it was a human blood sacrifice, ladies and gentlemen. It traces right back to the temple. It has as its core at the temple. They even called Jesus, this first human sacrifice, the Passover lamb. They can make the complete comparison. I don't have to make it. It's already been made. And if you are believing, trusting any being for your salvation based on an act of sacrifice or bloodshed, you're practicing black magic. You're practicing black magic, and you're practicing dark, Kabbalic, Jewish black magic. And you won't admit it because it sells. You won't admit it because it's good for the numbers. You won't admit it, but it's still true. And the real danger I think we're facing in these last day and age isn't from any laws or this or that. The real danger that we're facing, I think, now is the threat from those that want to put Jewish bondage on us and say that they don't. Those that are Jews, but say that they're not. We have nothing to do with Jewish bondage. We have nothing to do with that old thing. We put on the new thing. Well, the new thing sure looks like the old thing. And if the new thing looks like the old thing, if the new thing smells like the old thing, if the new thing wears like the new thing, if the new thing smells like the old thing, if the new thing looks like the old thing, if the new thing wears like the old thing, it's still the old thing. New thing, different, same boss. Same boss, new thing. And yet there are people out there that will delude you. There are people out there that will tell you a pretty little sparkly sermon that says that you can live on both sides of the fence. You can just have a little bit of blood poisoning. Just a little dabble, do you? This blood's for you, they say. Well, it is, if you want to be locked out of your highest potentiality. It is, if you want to be locked out of the ability to reach for immortality, and if you want to be locked into mortality forever. So, see the videos I have on this subject on this channel. I'll be bringing you more. I just did want to unburden myself of that. And I really think that the real danger we face is from, interestingly enough, Judaizers, people that want to take us into blood ritual sacrifice and remission for forgiveness of sins through blood. Anyone that's trying to bring that to you is trying to bring you back to the temple, back to the Jewish practices. And beware, the real danger, those that are Jews but say they are not. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty reporting to you from Contact in the Desert. I'll be back to you with more Jay Campbell, Robert Stanley, and more. I just shook Giorgio's hand. He was here, Jimmy Church, and a few